sing a song. So we actually, at the end of today, went back to our list of challenges and questions that we had, and found that darn if we didn't cover most of them in a pretty good way. Our first one was how should the game, the media wall, be structured to achieve our goals? And we spent a lot of time talking about different kinds of structure and different kinds of interfaces and so on. And I think there's a couple of big takeaways. One is that it seems clear that if there is a media wall that the visitors are somehow impacting and creating change in the visuals there, that there's a likelihood that they'll want to see what that looks like later at home, and that maybe they'll want to see how other people are changing that. So that's sort of this whole piece of engaging community along the way, and of taking away some of what you've learned at the museum seems pretty key. So that ties in nicely to our desire to hook this to our website as well. How can we help our visitors create a meaningful experience? Again, it's all about community here. We're asking our visitors to help us create their own experience when they come to visit the museum, and we all agree that, again, this experience at home is also a big part of it. So participating as a web user from your own kitchen or coming to the museum are both ways that the visitors can be involved in creating that experience. What we really came to is also, though, is that if we're using the internet to solicit input from the general community and sorting through that and actually letting that same community vote and participate in choosing the kinds of changes that are happening in the gallery, it seems more likely that those components that they're changing will be, you might remember some exhibits that go around the edge of the gallery, that they might be components of the talkback station where someone is telling their story and giving them a great idea about how to change the world and leaving it open-ended for the next person to make a Facebook addition to that comment, and on it goes from there, so that we're creating sort of a chain reaction back and forth between the museum and the home user. We haven't seen how that interface really will change the game itself, but we're all pretty certain that probably the game will change over time because people's interaction with it will change. For us, a biggie is how to collect visitor feedback, and I guess I was just already talking about that and analyzing it. And again, what Nina had to say today was very helpful in thinking about we really don't want to monitor what people are saying or alter what people are putting forth. So as much as possible, I think that what we will do is try to collect that feedback and try to keep that circle going in terms of our social network. It was recommended that we probably won't, it was noted that we probably won't have a community manager, something that we don't even use a term for at our museum, because who knows what a community manager is in our museum right now, but rather to have people who are already working in departments that are passionate about their work. Those are the folks who are actually helping us to manage all of that online community that's being built. And the last question was, do we need more or different resources? And that's kind of a big question. And we kind of all agree that probably what's slated for the gallery is plenty in terms of hardware, if you will, so the kinds of components of exhibit experience, we're probably heading in an okay direction. What we do need to do is think really hard about our human resources, both during development and then also when we're supporting this online community later on. So my work next is to do a bit of visitor research. We're going to be spending some time focus groups and trying to figure out more about what is that interface between visitors and the experience. What else?